Chair podcast. And to let everyone know why the creation of the Noisy Chair happened, well, people wanted to share their story, concerns, and being loud. Well, I'm here to listen, have an opinion, and talk to people. That's what this is all about. My name is Dave, aka DJ Dave. Love being part of a new journey with amazing people on my podcast.
I need the good luck.
I got the bourbon for that. Cheers.
There we go.
All right. Brother, welcome to the podcast, man.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for coming down. I really appreciate you coming down. And you know, we all have busy lives, busy schedules. Hopefully the traffic wasn't too bad coming down here.
Pretty smooth.
Yeah. Where are you coming from?
All the way in Cambridge.
Whew, Cambridge, man.
Yeah. It was a trek, but it was easy.
Yeah, that's okay, man. Hey, listen, it's a good drive. You know, it's a nice drive. So, I see you brought your family with you, which is nice. You want to do a little introduction if you want?
Well, I got my wife to be Miss Sherry 1nder in the corner.
Sherry,
our son Dominic in the corner.
Dominic and Sherry. Sherry, you want to come and show your face to the camera a bit, or what? Come on, it's okay.
Smiley.
You can smile at the camera. There we go.
Some of you guys lift your head up a little bit.
Oh, it's Dominic. Hey, Dominic. Thanks you guys for coming down today. I appreciate it. Listen, I have Obie 1nder in the studio, a music promoter, an event planner, an MC, and a whole lot more when it comes to music. Okay. To me, it feels like the music business has just started back up again. Okay. And the hustle and the grind is real, man. It's a tough grind out there compared to how it used to be, how it was before the pre-pandemic. Okay. So like, I feel that, and I'm sure you can relate to me, is that, I DJ, and the days of just getting gigs like that was easy, but not anymore, man. Not anymore. That's the thing, right? So
everybody's afraid, or they don't know who's who. Or they're like, "Well, where can I hear your stuff?" Or "What do you do?" And we're not from that area. Like we're 80s babies, so we know that if you want to know something about us, you show, you prove it,
right,
and you do what you need to do, and then that way you can get your notoriety from that point. So
no, of course, man, of course. How'd you get started in this industry, in the music industry? How'd you get started?
I'll be honest. I used to club a lot, right? Mm-hmm. I was that vagabond kid that, to me, it was, let's hit the strip clubs, let's go to fucking clubs, and do whatever we need to do. Pick up the girls and this and that and run some hustles, all that kind of shit. Mm-hmm. And at that point, like, I got to a point I was like, you know what? I can make money doing this shit. Mm-hmm. So I started promoting like a couple of events here and there and doing a couple of things and made a couple of partners, and then I got some residencies and found some other stuff that was just... It made sense, so I picked up and we grew, and I started. It formed like Voltron, pretty much, So.
Yeah, Voltron. There we go.
Voltron. For y'all that don't know what Voltron is, it's a fucking 80s cartoon, kind of like Transformers, but better.
Voltron. That was classic. That's classic.
Yep.
Is it just you, or is you got some partners involved?
I got some partners that I work with. Like, I do most of my shit myself. So like the Obie 1nder promotions is mainly me.
Right.
I mean, I got her with me now too. I got some DJs under my belt. To be honest with you, I run 3 separate companies. So there's this Obie 1nder Promotions right here that you see. That's strictly just me.
Yeah.
Then I have Vibes I Bring Entertainment. So there's my partner Lloyd that I work with in Montreal. That me and him, we do weddings, we do some corporate shit, things like that. That Vibes I Bring Entertainment, it's... I'll give you all the Instagrams and all that shit later.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of DJs under the belt that I'll pull in from wherever I'm at, and we do what we need to do. And we'll go do some weddings. We'll do some corporate stuff. Like I'll get into some of the corporate stuff that I got lined up also after. And then I have, believe it or not, a printing company.
Really?
So
oh, nice. That's cool.
These cards were printed and cut and designed by some of my designers myself.
Yeah.
I gave them the idea. I told them this is what I want. Yeah. Bring it to life, and that's what they did. So we do T-shirts, shirts, hats, pants, shoes, business cards, flyers, posters, banners.
That's good to know, man.
Card decals. You name it. If we can print it, we print it.
Yeah.
Even like this chain I have on my neck with
the dog tags.
These dog tags were custom designed.
Yeah.
I can custom design rings, bracelets, you name it. Anything that's customizable, we can do it. So.
Hey man, it's good resources to have that sort of stuff,
That's what it is.
You know what? To get back into the music side of things, when you were just a little Obie 1, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Montreal. Just like our boy Gene, I grew up in Montreal, so
nice.
I did a lot
Big
of
up to
stuff
Gene,
down there.
buddy. Big up to Gene.
Big up to Gene King.
Yeah, man.
Salute. It's because of you we here. So, I mean, yeah, I grew up in Montreal. I grew up in this little city called Brossard. I went to school down there. I did, you know, a lot of good shit and a lot of bad shit at the same time.
We all have, buddy. We all have.
We did some illegal stuff, some non-illegal stuff, and, you know, some stuff we did.
A little shady stuff. A little shady stuff,
in the
you know?
trenches.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So yeah, so I grew in the development for music at that point. You know, back when we used to have pagers and people used to leave those voicemails on the pagers, bro. I was that guy that was recording. Like we had this one hip hop show on CKUT 90.3 FM. I think Gene plugged that when he was here too. So they had a show on Saturday. It was called Masters of Work. It was Mike Mission and Ken Dog that did that show. They still do it to this day.
Oh, like right on,
30,
man.
40 years later.
Wow.
So what me and my boys used to do, and this is going to date us a little bit, we had the ghetto blasters with the cassette decks and all that shit, right? So even my wife and I were just talking about the shit yesterday. We would sit there, listen to the music, whether it was a Wu-Tang track or this or that or whatever. Everybody was like, yo, I got that new hot ABC single. You're playing that shit off the fucking cassette and you're recording it and you want to play it on your pager, your beeper, your cell phone voicemail. And it's like, yo, play this song and, you know, holding the phone to the fucking thing and rewinding it to the part you wanted.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, that shit was hilarious. So, yeah, that's pretty much where I enjoyed my music.
Right.
It was that, and it was me and like 5 or 6 of my guys that every time we would listen to the show and we'd be like, yo, who's going to play that Wu-Tang track first? Or who's going to play the fucking Method Man song or this or that or whatever. Yeah. And that's where it just started developing from. So every week we're listening to the show, we're trying to find this, we're trying to find that, and then we started with the underground record shit and things like that, and it just blossomed from there.
Yeah, for sure, man. So you're bilingual.
Je parle le français, oui.
Ah, okay.
Bro, I catch myself, and the worst thing is, right, Toronto's 900% English, right? So I'll be at some of my events at some of the clubs I work at, and I'll throw out, like, I'll catch myself, I'm like, let me just say some shit in French to fuck with the people. So I'll throw out a whole 5-6 minutes of French MCing, and they're looking at me like, bro, you speak French? I'm like, yes, I do. So yeah, that's crazy.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So you branch off your business out to Ontario. Now, genre-wise, what do you specialize in? You got DJs under your belt. Like what kind of genre DJs?
I got trap DJs. I got hip-hop DJs. I got DJs at soca, dancehall, Afro beats.
Right.
Mellow, deep house, drum and bass, EDM, you name it. I can
Main
find
Street for weddings, that sort of stuff.
Anything, anything. Top 40, that fucking poppy shit. That
yeah.
Oh my god, I need to hear my song.
You can have a seat. Sit down, man. Sit down. You're part of this. Sit down. Just sit down.
So that was the situation that we had, and you know, like it's not the first time this happened to me. Like I'm used to that shit from Montreal. I'm used to it from random events in Toronto, things like that too. Yeah. And you know how it is. Like you especially, you know how it is. Like when we used to play the clubs and people were like, oh, I want to hear this, I want to hear that, and oh, I'll give you the money. I did. Shut up.
Listen, I tell you, there are times where, I would say 90% of the time, it's like, okay, listen, I you look at them like, okay, you know what, I can't. That sometimes they'll get, if they're like, no, you gotta play it. I'm like, listen, this crowd is gonna leave the dance floor if I play your song, okay? But there are some songs where I'm like, okay, you know what? I may have a remix of that. It might blend in with that. I'll do a little edit in the background so they hear the beat and they hear a little bit of the vocals of it, just to appease them. And then that's it. I'm good, right? I'm good. So I get it.
To give you that perfect example, like we can take somebody like Ed Sheeran, for example. Like fucking Africa adopted Ed Sheeran. Right. Like you got Fireboy DML that adopted him. You got Burna Boy that adopted him. A whole bunch of people that said Ed Sheeran, this little ginger white boy, let's put him on our song, and poof, they look at it and
he is phenomenal when it comes to like I'll do remix edits with this guy, and his songs like it's just like He's got that vibe that everybody enjoys. He's got that vibe that everybody enjoys. So I get that. He enjoys to, his songs are all about just positive vibes.
And that's what it is. Yeah,
that's all it's about, right? So I get that, man.
So I mean, that's something that we're used to. Like the amount of times I've had that in French and English and languages I don't even understand. Sometimes I'm like, who the fuck are you? And how do I don't speak your language.
Yeah.
I had a Russian girl tell me to play some fucking, I don't know what she said. All I hear is, I was like, anybody speak Russian? And it was crazy. So
yeah, no, listen, I mean, but you know what? We are entertainers. We have to make sure the crowd is pumping on the dance floor, satisfied. You know, that's why. So, you know, I talk about this all the time. I talk about, you know, with house music. Okay, I love house music. My forte is house, but I'm an open format guy. I play all types of music. I play the crowd. That's the main thing. I play the crowd, right? So, but if I go into, but you won't find, they won't hire me to be a hip hop DJ, even though that I love hip hop. They're not gonna see this old white guy come in and play some '90s classic hip hop and R&B, but I can. But that's not just that's not me, and that's not something that the crowd's gonna want to see, right? So I totally get that. But when it comes to house, when it comes to a club, the way the club makes money is through the bar. Okay, when the bar makes money, the DJs make money, and you can ask for your price; they're going to pay you for it. Okay, so that to me, but when you get into house music, and house music, when you get into like a soulful or even a chill or whatever it may be, a lot of places won't hire you because of the fact nobody's dancing, no one's sweating, no one's buying drinks. It's just a lounge. You're not going to make money that way, right? So, I love the fact that there are some still lounges that are kicking around, but clubs that make money are like high energy, you know, whether it's going to be hip hop, whether it's going to be mainstream, whether it's going to be EDM or whatever it may be, right? That's where DJs will make their money. Now, I was listening, you have to listen to this podcast. You got to follow these guys. It's called Road Podcast. I think I heard. Yeah, it's full hip hop. These guys are solid. Big up to DJ Crooked and all those guys out there, and they're in LA right now, I believe. But these guys are top-notch hip-hop DJs, and they bring in DJs, and they talk about their lifestyle as a DJ and what to expect. And what they're finding out now that I'm seeing more of and hearing about more of, and this might play into your part too, is the fact that when it comes to music promotions, the problem that but a lot of the DJs want to play. They want to curate their own music. So you're going to a party that is DJ curated, not genre curated, okay? They're going to a party because Obie 1nder is there or DJ Dave is there. Yep. That's what they want to, and they're going to promote their own party to bring these people here. I'm not cutting up a promoter, but you're not getting 1,000 promoters to come in and say, hey, we got deep house, you guys got to come here and blah, 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 this and that. So DJs are not involved anymore in that.
And that's what it comes down to, because those kind of parties that are pushed in that way, people are going to show up and they're going to be like, yo, I'm going to hear DJ Dave, or I'm going to hear MC Obie 1nder, I'm going to hear fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry. And then they show up, and then they expect, okay, cool, I've seen DJ Dave at, bar, around the corner. Right. And then they look at it and they're like, why the fuck's he not playing the shit that he played at that other hole in the wall bar? And then they don't realize that when it comes down to things, I mean, I'll even tell you straight, like I'll play a wedding, I'll play a Sweet 16, I'll play kids' parties. Yeah. I don't care. As long as the money goes in my pocket and I can pay myself and whatever DJ I bring, we're playing whatever you want to play. If you want me to play a bar mitzvah, bro, I'll put on a kippah and, pretend I'm Jewish. I don't care. You know what I mean? And that's where the money comes down to.
How about a Portuguese party?
I'll do that too. Fuck, I don't care.
You know what? I love the Portuguese music, man. I love it. Yep. My wife's Portuguese. I love it, man. So
trust me, like I said, I mean, the Portuguese culture is an amazing culture. Like,
unbelievable.
I mean, bro, I'll be honest, I put on maybe 15 pounds in the past 2 months.
Hello.
It's her fault. It's her fault. But that's what it comes down to, because Portuguese women, they like to take care of their men. They make sure their men are fed and taken care of and comfy,
genuine, man.
And
genuine people.
Genuine shit.
People, you know? So, of course. How did this get in from music to Portuguese women?
I don't know. You said it. You said it, and then we started talking about it. You asked me if I would play Portuguese parties.
True. You know what? Right.
I'll do baptisms. I'll do whatever it is. If it's a corporate event or private event.
Specialty for me is more corporate stuff. Yeah, I love corporate stuff. Mm-hmm. I love when it's, to me, like, even though my favorite is, just playing, I'm an 80s guy. We're 80s babies. I love playing 80s remixes. I love taking an 80s song, and I love creating or finding that house beat to that 80s music. And that's what you'll find in my sets that I play. But I also like, I do a show. I put on I have a local pub that's down the street that lets me pretty much do what I want. And a big up to the Firkin and Jaime. He's a great people over there. Whenever I want to do a DJ Dave night, it's every 3 months I do, and we get folks our age and the kids stay at home or babysitters, or in my case, my kids will come and party with us.
That's the thing,
And they're all there and they're all having a good time. It's a great vibe. So I love those type of vibes, right? And you know, listen, you get into other styles of venues, and I get it. You know, it is what it is. But to go back to to your business side of things. So when you're doing so you've got. I noticed on your profile you've got some big events coming up.
Yes, I do.
And if we're going to back that up a little bit, and so how are you finding the talent out there? Are they coming to you? Are you seeing them on a club one day? You're like, dude, who's representing it? Who's like, let's get you out there.
Like, I'll be honest with you, like, to me, and my wife can tell you the same shit, like, I'm an opportunist. So if I see an opportunity to something, like, if I see you, for example, I'm like, okay, Dave plays fucking house.
Yeah.
And then I know that I have a house option, or that I can go towards something house-wise, I'll be like, yo, let me call up Dave.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'll give you a perfect example. Like, I got called on, I think it was last week, Saturday, we were running an errand, and it was this girl from Kitchener that owns, her name is Sheena. She runs, hold on, let me check my phone real quick. I forgot the name of this.
Like a bar?
It's not a bar, but it's like a community. So it's like a community thing in Kitchener that we're doing. So it's called Jiza. I'm sorry if I butchered his name, but
I saw that on there. Okay,
yeah, the Jiza healing fundraiser and open house.
Yeah, the Jizagigan.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see it on. Yep, I got it up on the.
So I'm doing that on Saturday,
Yeah.
and it's from 1 to 5, and it's in Kitchener. We're gonna have some of the Kitchener Waterloo Titans that are gonna be there from the CEBL.
Oh, nice.
She literally called me and she's like, I need an MC and I need a DJ. So I said, all right, cool. I said, let me make a few phone calls. Give me a few minutes. We were running around in Michael's, to be honest, believe it or not. And I called up one of my boys that I literally bucked up to on a boat party. On what was it, last week we went to that first boat party? On Sunday, right? Yeah, it was a moment of life boat party. No, the one on Sunday. We went to a Moment of Life boat party before we went to Sanchez on June 13th. So I picked up, I made contact with one of his DJs. His name is G Star. And, this man was an animal. So I said, I need an energetic guy to function with that I can be energetic with at the same time.
Sure.
So I gave him a call and I said, are you booked Saturday? No. Cool. I have this gig in Kitchener. It's going to be, a fun thing, a community thing. I need somebody energetic that I can function with. He said, yeah. He goes, I like your energy. And then, poof, we made it work right away. And now we're doing this thing on Saturday for them. So we have a potential where at some point in the near future, we may be the official DJ and MC for the Kitchener Waterloo Titans. But I'm just...
Work on it, man. Work on it. Hey, it's always good times for that.
So, and that's how things come around. Like, you find an opportunity, you jump in, you see what you can do, and then you just do what you need to do. And that's literally, that goes back to how I collect my DJs. It's that, yes, the Obie 1nder brand is me. It's myself. It's tattooed on my arm. I wear it on my shirts. I wear it in cards. Do whatever I need to do. But I have this thing where I make sure people around me eat. So, like, I might book you for a gig one day, or I book another guy for a gig, and things like that. And that's how I function. Yeah. As long as I have that energy, you have that energy, and we can make sure that we can do something and function in a way that we can both eat and make sure that we're good. Right. I ain't got no problems with that.
Right. That's good, man. You got to take care of you. You got to take care of your team, right? You got to take care of everybody. And that goes back to where we talk about how, in this day of age that there's probably about 75% of clubs and bars that are completely annihilated by the economy and by the way the pandemic hit. Okay, they're all shut down, right? So now you're having all these other places that are saying, you know what, that they're sustain themselves, but now they want some of the action. They want people to come in, so they're booking these DJs. They're having parties. I just think that it's if nobody decides to step up. I say step up, but it's also financial reasons to open up places to have these events. These little clubs are going to be saturated. Okay, so that Toronto is such a beautiful city that they have to look elsewhere to go. Okay, you're saying Kitchener. There's great parties in Kitchener. There's great parties in Burlington, in Oakville. In Hamilton, because people are going there now, because Toronto to me, it's saturated because nobody will let them come in, or the ones that do it's packed and it's till 4 a.m. And listen, I can't party like that every weekend at 4 a.m.
Exactly.
Okay? And even though I give up to all the DJs that do that, and they love that, like the Wiggle Room, I big up to Tikin and all those guys there that bring in G Money and all those guys and Tricky and like those guys. I love that. But to me, like you're going to get back into, and I had a taping with friends of mine from One Level One, Paul Alfano and his DJ crews, and pretty much on that side of things, we talked about how, okay, we're at that age now, all right? So now it's coming to the point where, and you're seeing a lot of this, and actually even in the Road podcast, from my buddy's podcast, we brought this up in the States, saying that people our age, they want to do a little bit of daytime partying. They want to day drink.
And that's what it is.
Okay.
And to give you a perfect idea, like a lot of people, especially in our bubble, they look at it and they're like, yo, you want me to go party from 10 till 3 in the morning? And I'm like, well, yeah. And then they're like, no, I can't do that stuff anymore. And I look at them and I'm like, okay, cool. So I said, listen, watch. Like some of the boat parties.
Yeah.
Friday nights, Saturday afternoon, Sunday afternoon,
right,
Monday afternoon.
You'll pack it in the afternoons.
We were on a boat on Friday night with our boy DJ Reg and a few guys, and bro, we sold out 500 fucking people on a boat, and there was a theme. We were all dressed in white, and
awesome,
it was
man.
crazy. Like,
That's
it was
awesome.
bananas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like, there's the day festivals, there's the random festivals that happen at
Markham
Meadows or down Zoo Park, things like that. Like to give an idea, there's Nelly and all those guys coming to Markham Fairgrounds down Zoo Park on Saturday.
Right on.
I've heard that shit's like 80% sold out.
Right.
You got Nelly, Chingy, Kerry Hilson, what's his name, T.I., Akon, all that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, that shit's 80% sold out, and it's 2 days before the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so it's
for
like,
sure.
For the fact that it starts at I think maybe 2 or 3 in the afternoon and it runs till midnight. Yeah. Of course, people are gonna fucking go.
Of course, they're gonna go. Man. Like, people want to stay in the daytime, just stay in the daytime. People want to go to the nighttime, go to the nighttime. So no, I get it. I mean, I think to me is like that's why we were talking about finding events or finding venues that will take on a daytime, whether it's like, believe it or not, Sunday 4 till 10 on a patio overlooking the water. You're gonna pack that shit up. Bro, you're gonna pack it up.
I don't know if you've been to Amsterdam Brewhouse in by Harbourfront Center downtown in Toronto. Mm-hmm. That's one place that I want to get us into. I want to get somebody. I want to get my feet in there so I can bring all kinds of random exclusivities like a you or a hip hop DJ or a reggae DJ.
100%, man, for sure.
And that's how it is. You just go to these places and then you look around, you see what's going on, and you're like, I can do this, I can bring that, I can bring this, and so on and so on. Like one of my friends asked me just this afternoon. They're like, "Oh, yo, I want you, my boyfriend and your wife to meet each other. Where should we go on like a Saturday night?" I was going to tell you, but I'll put it on the air now. And I said like something as simple as Amsterdam Brewhouse. It's huge, it's solid, it's on the harbor front. You got the terraces, you got the walk, you got the whole boardwalk and everything. Yeah. And it's just a peaceful environment. You know what I mean? So, and it's random stuff like I stumbled on that place last year after a Blue Jays game. Same thing, the same friend of mine stumbled on it after a Blue Jays game too. It's like there's so much shit to discover that unless you just walk around, you won't realize what's around you. You know what I mean? And people don't realize that sometimes, especially post this COVID shit. Right. Everybody's like, well, where do I go? What do I do? I'm like, just get in your car, walk around, and see what's around you.
Listen, there are some hidden gems out there. Okay, don't get me wrong. There's some hidden gems out there. Some of those gems don't want to have anything to do with attracting people, the parties and that sort of stuff. The thing that I want to attract is a vibe. And you would agree with me on that. Is attract a vibe, right? So you go to Amsterdam Brewer House and you say, listen, I'm going to bring in 50 to 75 people that you normally would never have on a Sunday afternoon. Okay, how about that? Your beer sales, we'll do a beer special. You get this going up, do this special here. We'll get this. Let me promote it. I'm going to have a great DJ. We'll bring in those people. What do you think? And he's going to be like, it's going to work. Okay, it's going to work. All right. You're not there to smash a place down until 3 a.m. and people are liquored up. It's not about those. Those are once in a while good times, but I mean, not on a Sunday afternoon or a Saturday afternoon. So I think those type of venues or those type of parties are now going to start to come up more and be open to that, because that, I'm telling you, man, that shit there is going to fly way better than it would on a Saturday night till 4 a.m. getting DJs, and people are going to I can't do that all the time, man. I can't,
We're at that age.
Right?
We're at that age where we've been there. We've done that.
Yes.
So we're not there to bring down the place.
No.
We're there to go out, have a great time,
dance,
release some energy,
absolutely,
and go home straight to our beds.
Right?
You know, we've been there, we've done that, so we can be selective on the events we choose to attend.
Right.
And it's just one of those things. Like, we've matured to that point where I'm going to be selective on where I want to spend my money because I've got other places that I can spend my money.
Right.
Of
course.
I've already explored, right?
Of course, we've been there and done it. Mm-hmm. The younger crowd can do it. You know, the older crowd can still continue on doing that. But there's a majority of us that are, in a sense, like, okay, man, you know what? It's good once in a while, but I can't do that all the time.
Exactly.
So we need to find places that we can, you know, relieve on a Sunday afternoon. Mm-hmm. You know, I've got a crowd that says, Dave, you got to go to a Sunday. You got to go to a Sunday afternoon crowd. You got to do a Sunday afternoon gig. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I'm in. It's just finding a place, or I may rent an event space and bring in people. But it's just more of like, I don't know. You know, it's the. I'm like, I think as an entrepreneur, and I'm sure you're the same way as well. Like, I'm always out. How can I enjoy something, build a business, and make money?
Yeah.
Okay. I've always been like that since I was like freaking 11 years old. Okay. I would sell. If I had soccer balls, I'd sell my soccer balls to make a few bucks so I can buy, you know, drinks at the general store or whatever. I was a country guy. I was a country kid, right? And I was also a St. Clair kid, so I was always making money. I was always fighting. We're hustling, right? Yep. So my point is that I think about these things and how I can make it work, and these ideas, and it's getting out there. I'm hearing other people talk about, you know, that DJs don't want to just play in a house environment. There are some that do, and I'm okay with that. But there's some DJs that want to just be, I'm going to curate this party because it's for me, okay? And I was listening to a podcast as well where it was a party called Ribs. So Ribs and R&B, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And this guy is called Nopa Slaps, DJ Nopa Slaps, okay? And big up to DJ Nopa Slap. This guy has created an environment where he would say, like, he'd go to a bar and say, listen, I'm gonna guarantee you another 150 people. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna have a culinary guy cook ribs. So don't worry about your menu. Cook ribs, and I'm gonna have probably about 4 or 5 DJs every hour play. We're gonna be playing R&B, and we're gonna be cooking ribs. He's been doing that since 2000, I think 15 or 16. Mm-hmm. He's got Jazzy Jeff coming. Yep. He's got big name boys coming in, man. Mm-hmm. And it's like, and he doesn't charge a lot. He just says, listen, if you can come in and throw a few bucks, the place is effing packed.
I'm gonna give you a point on that right away. Starting from scratch. Shout out to Starting From Scratch.
Yes, Mark.
He did one last year with Jazzy Jeff, Scratch Bastard, and a few other guys. Yep. I think it was August or something, if I'm not mistaken. That shit sold out in like an hour. Yeah,
in minutes.
I went to it.
60 minutes, sold out.
And I couldn't even get closer to them. And I know him, I know Cardi, I know Chocolair, I know those guys personally. I couldn't even get close enough to the stage. And I was like, I'm looking around, I'm looking at my crew, and I'm like, I ain't going all the way up there.
I'm not pushing my way up
there. They're like,
you know?
but you know them. I'm like,
it's sometimes, you know what, it's good to sit back and let them do the thing. Mm-hmm. They know, we'll make eye contact. They know I'm there. They know we're there. They're cool.
You take a picture of them nowadays. You know, you take a social shit and be like, "Hey, I tagged you on Instagram."
Right?
Look,
and they're like, "Oh my god, why didn't you come up?" I said, "Dude, you got a wall of people.
Look at the fucking amount of people.
I can't even get through there, man. I can't even do it. You know." So I get that. I just think that those type of events, man, they need to happen more often. Okay, the parties at night are going to be far from few from far to get locked down. If you create events like in the afternoon stuff, that's what you got to do, man. I think that's where it's going to be.
Twizzlers are stuck to each other. This is not me struggling. I'm not at a struggle point. They were stuck together.
Twizzlers is like a craziness for me. I love it.
I have a story about Jolly Ranchers I can tell you, but I won't tell you today.
No, we can keep it PG for a bit here, okay?
Jolly Ranchers are amazing.
Oh yeah. So listen, your means of business of networking is through social media.
I mean, it's a matter of social media. I got 3 sets of business cards that I walk around with on a daily basis. She walks around with some, and we just hand them out. Yeah. And as much as people say, like, the old school mechanism of handing out a card or giving them something in their hand that they can feel and look at and say, oh, okay, this is such and such, and this is what they do.
Back in the day, that's what we used to do, right?
That's what bro, I used to fucking stand in Montreal in the corner of the St. Catherine and McGill College handing out fucking flyers for hours. When I say for hours, bro, I would finish school at 12. From 1 o'clock till like 8:30, I'm handing out fucking flyers to shit, and I'm like, "Yo, come see my party, come see me. I'll give you a guest list, all this, all that, bro." By the time you get into the party, you're fucking tired, you know?
Yeah. No, you don't even go. You just made sure you got all these people in, and that's it. You know, you make your few bucks.
You make your money, and you're like, okay, cool. Yeah, I signed your card. Okay, this is the VIP pass you have. It has my name on it. Cool. Okay, cool. They give it at the door, and you get your little piece of change, and that's it.
They're like, who's this Obie 1nder? You're like, back of the line, man.
Take this guy's card. Okay, cool. I just made $3, and lo and behold, I made $5 off you. So hey, fuck,
why not? It was a hustle. For sure.
I don't care. So that's what it was.
Hey, buddy, that's exactly how we are. We got to hustle, especially the way this economy is, the way way our government is. It is, we have to make money, cash money, keep the old school way of running a business, man. This, like, I listen, I love technology. I love it. I hate giving up shit that they can track, follow, hear. And I'm sure they can hear us. Like, I don't give a shit, but I'm sure they can. Trust me. Let me tell you a quick little story. Mm-hmm. I had a podcast with a guy who was very political, and he wanted to, and we were gonna have a little debate going on. And he started talking about it before we even went live, and we're gonna go live. So I go through the whole process. We're gonna hit live. We're talking. We're angry about our government. As soon as it went to go live, the internet in this whole street went down. Just 4 or 5 houses. Okay? Nothing happened. There's no construction, nothing like that. Nothing. I called my brother-in-law who lives down the street on the other side of me, and I'm like, hey, Stefan, what's going on? He goes, oh, no, I'm okay. I called my other buddy. He goes, no, I'm okay. I'm like, those buggers. I swear for sure they heard me, and they shut something down or they did something, but anyways, it's not about political stuff. We're here about positive vibes, good music. We're here about, we're talking Obi-Wan and his promotions, on how his business is doing, and he's got some good news to talk about. So, man, listen, why don't you just share with us what's going on?
All right, so those of you that know me in Toronto know that I don't do too much, but when I do stuff, it has to have an impact, right? So let me just fire off a couple of ideas, right? So like I said, I got the fundraiser and open house on June 24th, happening in Kitchener, located at 141 Morgan Avenue. There's myself and DJ G-Star that are going to be providing the music. We got some of the Kitchener-Waterloo Titan basketball team that's going to be there. It's promoting summer camps. We're going to be raising some money for the summer camps and the partnerships and the healing and, of course, the organization. Friday, July 23rd, I'll be at O'Brien's Irish Pub in Cambridge, located at 215 Beverly Street, alongside my resident DJs, Temperature Rising, Future Squad, Soul Vibes, Fresh CZZ, The Juice Podcast, Kill X, myself, Obie 1nder, and of course, it's called Liquid Fridays, where we're presenting Trap Forever. So that's going to be $10 for women, $10 for everybody before midnight. Mm-hmm. We're going to be playing dancehall, hip-hop, trap, Afro beats, club anthems, you name it, we're going to play it. There's also a single release party we're doing. And then the nitty gritty, of course, well, there's this podcast that's going to be launched on Saturday. That we'll be doing. Shout outs to the Noisy.
Anytime, buddy.
Now, August is our big money time. August, we have Caribana in Toronto.
So how are you feeling with that? What are you doing with this?
So last year, Caribana it was our first year on the street, as we called it. We were outside last year for the first time, right?
Right.
So this year, we're going to do everything we did last year, but it's going to be better.
Nice.
When I say better, there's going to be more people. There's going to be more energy. There's going to be a whole heap of people and a whole bunch of people doing all kinds of shit.
Right.
So we got more artists. Like, I'm sure you've seen, like, going through your social media that everybody and their mother under the sun is coming to Toronto this year. Ed Sheeran was just here, and he stayed a couple of days later, and he ended up in Little Italy for the festival.
He went
there
to
on the
Taste
weekend.
of Italy, man. He went to Taste of Italy.
He did. I saw those pictures the other day, and I was like, because I saw it on Sunday.
What's this ginger boy doing out in Italy?
But I didn't realize what was going on.
Yeah.
And then I think it was yesterday I saw something on Instagram, and I showed her, and I was like, that fucking Ed Sheeran in Little Italy? And then she was like, yeah. And I was
alone.
Like, by
himself, man.
Nothing, man. So our Caribana lineup we have in August is we have a date on a Thursday. We have a date on a Friday. We have a date on a Saturday. And then we have our big party, which is the BET All-Star Party on Sunday. Sorry, I had to burp. I didn't want you guys to be disgusted. I
appreciate that.
I'm a polite individual. If I was home in my bed, I would have just let it rip, but I didn't give a shit at that point. So I'll give you guys an idea. So August 7th, we have, that's Caribana Monday. We have a party that day. It's called, hold on.
You got a bunch going on.
Yeah, we got a bunch of shit going on. So Wednesday, I'll start off right here. So Wednesday, August 2nd, we have Welcome to Toronto. That's by music by DJ Beware. Shout outs to Beware. Of course, hosted by MC Crazy Chris. That's going to be happening at Juliet, 510 King Street West in Toronto. Then on Friday, we have Drip Too Hard, Caribana edition, hosted by John J.
Drip Too Hard.
Drip Too Hard. Yes, I know.
I love these names.
Drip Too Hard. So that also is going to be at Juliet on August 4th.
Right.
Thursday, August 3rd, we have Welcome to Toronto, the official Caribana Jump Off, hosted by the Madman, DJ Capone, and DJ Beware. I'll be somewhere in the building that night. That's located at Juliet, 510 King Street as well. Shout outs to my partner Aaron Hastings at BMW Promo for that.
Cool.
I mentioned Monday is the Monday Night Drip, hosted by DJ John J, MC Crazy Chris. We'll be spinning some R&B, hip-hop, reggae, soca, and everything under the sun.
Yes.
That's also at Juliet.
Nice.
If you guys want to check out Juliet on Instagram, it's They Call Her Juliet. Yes, it's funny. It is They Call Her Juliet on Instagram. Trust
That's
me,
what's called. They Call Her Juliet.
That's what it's called on.
They Call Her Juliet.
They Call Her Juliet, bro. When I saw that the first time, I said, something's wrong. And then I looked at it and I laughed.
Yeah. Hey, listen, whatever works, man.
It does the thing for them. And then our big party that weekend is the BT 22nd Annual All-Star Party. We have none other than Jadakiss in the room.
Nice.
That night, featured alongside our DJs, Fire Kid Steeny, DJ White Boy, DJ Capone, DJ Beware, DJ Judgment Day, Black Starliner, DJ Coles. And it's hosted by MC Crazy Chris, Worm the MC. Yes, I said Worm. That's happening inside Rogue Nightclub.
Oh, Mississauga.
In Mississauga.
Yeah, big up, man.
35 Brunel Road.
Yep.
I'm going to tell you right now, we shut that room down last year. Last year we had Fabulous in there. Fuck, bro, that room was... It was a problem.
Slammed.
We had the inside main room and we had the balcony outside. We had DJ Ghost Rider out there. We're going to probably have Ghost Rider out there again this year.
Awesome, man.
So shout outs to them. Shout outs. That's my team that I will function with.
Yeah.
If you guys want tickets for the Caribana parties, do not call me directly. Do not call Aaron directly. Do not call any of the DJs I mentioned directly. Go to ticketgateway.com. Put in the name of the party on that date. Find your tickets. Find us in the club. And that's it.
That's cool, man. That's cool. You got a lot of shit going on, man.
Bro, my summer is retarded.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good.
And that's not even the worst thing. I got about, how many concerts do we have? Like 7?
Oh my goodness.
We have LL Cool J and Friends next week on the 29th.
Nice.
We have Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg and Friends on the 26th of July. We're going to be high as shit.
Yeah.
By other people's smoke, not mine. I don't smoke anything. I'm lying. Don't listen to me. What else do we have? We have 50 Cent and Busta Rhymes and Jeremiah on the 31st of August. The 31st of July.
They're all coming here.
Everybody's coming to Toronto this summer.
That is awesome, man.
Like
I would never even think,
bro. Now that Toronto is open and the world is open and this whole pandemic bullshit is finished. Well, I mean, it still exists. Some people still catch it.
They just adapt into the shit. Whatever.
People want to come back. I mean, like, even give you an idea, like, Davido's coming to fucking Toronto on July 14th. Who else? There's somebody else on the 14th of July coming. Like, everybody and their mother's coming to Toronto this year. So
that's awesome, man. That's good. I'm, happy that you guys are keeping busy. You got some good shit going on. So to me, it sounds like more of like hip hop, R&B, soca, reggaeton,
everything, bro.
And I love it all. I love it all. I'm a multi-genre type of guy. Okay, and I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it on the air. Okay, and I was never like this. I enjoy a bit of country. just
like
before
a rhinestone cowboy.
Well, listen, I love old country. I'm an old country guy. But listen, very few. Like I'm going to Nashville in September. I want to experience that whole live. I love live entertainment. Okay,
I want to go to Calgary to go to the Stampede. That's what
for sure, man. For sure.
As funny as it is, like I got some of my boys in Calgary. They're like, "Yo, the Stampede is bananas."
It is for anybody, everybody. Bro,
I'll put on a fucking cowboy hat. I don't give a shit.
I'll be wearing.
Give me some of them cowboy tassel boots. Yo,
you know what?
Do it.
My wife goes, "You gonna buy you gonna get some cowboy boots?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna buy cowboy boots on there." I just want to. I want to see how it feels. But more than the fact is that we're going with a bunch of friends, and to have that vibe of being down there and and just bar hopping, checking out live bands, and checking out some great music. I'm okay with that. I can take it in small doses, very, very small doses, right? But, my heart is in, my heart's in the my heart's in 80s, 90s, hip hop, R&B, freestyle, old school. I mean, like I live it. I love it. I big up to Little Susie. She's in New Jersey. We talk, and when she was up here, I went to go see her when she was playing, my wife and I. But just the fact that, she is the freestyle aspect of it is so big now with our 80s, our group, our age group, right? So that's why I love playing it. That's why I love playing at parties and especially people who do not know me that come by the bar, and all of a sudden I'll drop some, classic house or old school freestyle, and then all of a sudden they just look up like, holy shit. And
where's that shit coming from?
I never heard this since high school. That's the stuff,
Dave
right?
knows how to play this shit.
But again, we're going to be selective on where
we are.
We're going to be selective on where we spend our energy.
100%.
Right?
100%.
I don't have much energy to give, so I'm going to be selective on
right.
where I'm going to spend
Of course, 100%. I totally agree with you. And so you got a busy schedule coming up. We should probably talk about later on off camera down the line through the year. We'll talk about maybe doing a gig, doing a party. We'll get something going where it's we can. I feel we can combine something and make it happen.
I'm all about networking, bro. So when it comes to network,
that's the way you gotta be.
If you and I can make people have an adventure and we make money off of that shit, I'm good with it. So it doesn't bother me.
No, I'm good too, man. And sometimes listen, money aspect is great. I'm cool with, setting the vibe up, making sure that people are loving it, because the next time this happens,
they're going to look at it and say, remember that time last year in July when we went to that party?
Yeah, man.
And there was that DJ and that energy guy was there. They're going to be like, I want that party again. Yeah.
Who was that big black guy there, man? He was
like, why does he look like he's about to kill some people? But they were having fun. Yep. And believe it or not, I get that shit a lot too. Eh? Like when I walk into a room, especially like the first time I walked into O'Brien's in Cambridge, they looked at me and they're like, the girl at the door looked at me and she's like, who the fuck are you? And that's literally what she said. I had 6 people behind me and she's like, who the fuck are you? I said, go ask your boyfriend who I am. She went, she asked him, and then she came back and she gave me my wife a bracelet, let everybody else pay their little money, and we all got in. And once I got on the mic, she was like, okay, I know who you are now.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens.
It's not about being, but O'Brien's is a very Irish
to the core,
right? So you have a bunch of big black guys coming into an O'Brien bar. They're not coming for the green beer. They're not coming for the dark beer. There's a party going on, right? So I get it.
Lori knows what she does. So Lori brought us all in on the Friday.
Yeah, man.
Shout outs to Liquid Fridays, of course. It's been there they celebrated their year last year.
Awesome, man.
I was on a boat, so I couldn't attend. But
I'm glad I'm glad that they're expanding their horizons on generating another avenue for income, bringing new people into the bar, and that's what it's about. It's about bringing new people in.
That's exactly what it is.
It's all about that.
And it goes back to what we said before. It's I find something, she finds something, you find something. We can make something work.
Yeah, man.
We all sign each other's autographs, and we put it together, and we just do what we need to do.
100%, man. 100%. No, I'm totally all for that. I'm totally all for that. Let's see.
I need to stop eating your Twizzlers.
No, listen, man. Don't worry. I got lots more. No.
No. Them Twizzlers are making me thirsty, bro.
Are you?
I think I need another drink because them Twizzlers are crazy.
Okay. you mind grabbing a bit of that that bourbon if you don't mind?
Goddamn Twizzlers. Fucking Twizzlers. Do not eat Twizzlers and do a podcast, people. It will make your mouths thirsty.
That's you got to pop that up. There.
Twizzlers make you thirsty.
Yeah, they do. They do. It's actually good bourbon. Actually, my son got me that bourbon. So
bro, that bourbon is crisp.
Yeah,
and I know myself some bourbons. And
yeah, man.
Fantastic. Shout outs to your son for that. Then.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. Thank you. Whoa, Jesus.
The pour is heavy because she knows we can drink.
Portuguese.
They know we can drink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's have a cheers real quick.
Cheers, man. Cheers. Bang. Yes, sir.
I tasted some Portuguese moonshine on Saturday. Fuck.
Oh, that's good, too.
It was fantastic.
This is actually a different one than we had. This is a little more spicier, man.
Yes.
I like it. I like it.
I tasted it. It
oh, my
feels
God.
Fiery. Hold on, let me take another
almost
sip.
like a cherryness to it.
Let's take another sip. Hold on. I think it's a cinnamony kind of flavor.
I was looking at the empty glasses.
Taste this and tell me if it tastes cinnamony a little bit.
That I taste the oak in the barrel, man.
You taste the oak. I taste some cinnamon. You taste cinnamon too?
That's fruity.
She
Right?
tastes some
A
fruit.
little bit of cherry, right?
Yeah.
I love it.
Fuck. 2 against 1.
It's good,
So
eh,
cherry.
man?
Fuck. Outnumbered.
Come on, man.
Need somebody
you got to
else
know
to
your
tell me.
drinks. You got to know your drinks.
I drink anything. So I think
That's
at this
why
point I'm immune to
I always ask my guests when they come to the studio, what do you want to drink? And they're like, oh, I drink anything I drink. So, I'll bring the bourbon out. I'll bring a beer out. I'll bring wine out. So
bourbon and wine is always a good choice.
Oh my God! I mean, I have so every Monday nights I do my show. I do a live show from 10 till midnight for music, and a good friend of mine, Louis Simeone. He's big up to Louis. He's a wine connoisseur, loves it. So he'll bring me a bottle of wine. He says, "Listen, Dave, you got to have this on your show." Man, by the end of the night, I'm like half in the bag.
You're like, I think I drank a little too much.
Oh my God! I think I play them okay. So like I would listen to my music in the car, and I'm like, let me hear this transition. I'm like, oh fuck, oh no. It's like, okay, you know what? I don't care. You have a good time. You have a good time, right? I'm very energetic. I play like how my crowd will react. So like if they're like bouncing and jumping around, I'm engaging. So if you make a little hiccup on your if you have a little hiccup on your transition, they don't give a shit. They're fucking, they hear the song like, yeah, let's do it,
And that's what it comes down to. And I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna discredit any DJ that's been DJing on Twitch since pandemic and all that bullshit. So for the past 3 years since Twitch, every single people like Twitch has made and broke DJs. Some of the guys that I work with, I'm like, yo, I watch you on Twitch, and they're like, okay, cool. We've made relations through Twitch. Like, to give you an example, like 50 Cent's tour DJ, Chubby Chub, I met him on Twitch 2.5 fucking years ago. So when 50 comes in July, Chubby's like, yo, hit me up, and we'll network and we'll politic, because he was in Montreal through another partner of mine. Shout outs to DJ Sir D and them guys. So they booked him for Easter. And I wasn't in Montreal at that point. I was here in Toronto. And I said, yeah, okay, cool. I said, when you're in Toronto, I'll buck up with you. So he's like, when I saw that concert leaked, I told her, I said, yo, I got to get tickets to the show. We got to fucking go. I went into pre-sale, everything.
Nice.
When you guys see pictures of what I'm wearing to that 50 Cent concert, I'll tell you after. It is the funniest shit. The only clue I'm going to give you is anybody that's seen the Get Rich or Die Trying movie, in that last scene in that movie, when 50 gets, he goes after the guy that I forgot what his name was. I think it was Dangerous or Magnificent, whatever the fucking goon guy was in that movie. When they killed him in the back, and he came out and he performed in that club. Where
spoiler alert, by the way. So spoiler alert.
Everybody's seen Get Rich or Die Trying. Come on now. So here's the joke. So my outfit to that concert, y'all will see pictures, and you guys are gonna laugh. I'm wearing a white wife beater. A bulletproof vest, custom with a Canadian and American flag, and the front is going to say Obie 1nder on it. I'm going to be wearing a white do-rag, a Yankees fitted, and maybe some sunglasses. But it's literally what 50 wore when he went out to go and perform that fucking song in that movie. Bro,
nice, man.
Dead. So when I saw the idea, I threw it at her. I'm like, should I do it? She's like, go for it. I said,
yeah, man, for sure. Do it.
So that's what I'm going to do. So y'all see me at Budweiser stage on July 31st. You see me in a bulletproof vest and a Yankee fitted.
Sweet.
It's an ode to 50 Cent from Get Rich or Die Trying.
Perfect, man. Perfect. Awesome. Listen, I when you're finding these DJs and you're at clubs now, are you acting as, you're not acting as your agent. You're just saying, listen, I think I can, if you want to not work for you, but say, listen, be under my network. If I'm looking for a house DJ, if you're looking for a hip hop DJ or R&B DJ, are you willing to come on board? If they say, yeah, no problem. So how does it work? You guys negotiate what they're about, or how does that work?
To be honest, I listen to what they do. I hear what they can do. I watch what they can do with the crowd. I see how they move. I see how they blend their sets. I see how they mix their shit. She can tell you the same shit. Like G-Star, for example, I looked at my phone and I'm like, who should I call? She goes, call G-Star. She goes, it's outdoors. It's energetic. You're under the sun all day. I said, yeah, you're right. I said, because we watched boat and we just looked at it and I said, yo, this guy can fucking move a crowd. Like, he can play to the crowd, he can move to the crowd, and he can just do his thing.
Right.
So when it came to the point when my partner Sheena called me and she said, yo, I need a DJ, I said, I flipped through my phone for 2.5 seconds and I said, G-Star. I called him and we booked him up one time. We made the money make sense. We made everything. We crossed our crossed and dotted everything, and they're gonna realize what we do next week on Saturday.
Nice.
So I don't discriminate. You can be left, yellow, right, brown, Chinese,
but you're also
pink. I don't care. Bro.
Right, but you also you appreciate the value they're going to bring to the party, so you will compensate them for it. You're not going to be greedy and say, like 70-30. It doesn't work that way. That's like agents working. That's how they work.
I don't care. Like, if my DJ is worth $500, $700, $800. And I could take like $100 or $2 or $50 out of their shit just for me, for what I do, then I'll be like, all right, cool. Like, to give you a perfect example, G-Star gave me a number for Saturday when I negotiated him in the deal. I gave the girl the deal. She said, okay, cool. She goes, I even told her, I said, I can take a piece out of that money for myself. She goes, no. She goes, I'm going to pay him what he's worth, which is what she gave. And then she's going to give me money because I told her I'd promote the shit out of it, which I've been doing. And I'm going to, help her with some shit, which I've been doing on the back end as well. So she said, she goes, listen, I'm going to give you a cut for yourself. And then I'm going to give him a cut for himself. I said, right, cool.
Yeah.
And that's what it breaks down to. Like, to me, as long as everybody gets money and everybody's happy, that's all I care about. Right. I'm not going to be that guy that's going to be like, yo, I'm going to cut this guy like, 30% or 40% or whatever. If you're worth $100, you're getting your $100. If you're worth 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever the hell it is, you're getting that max. Right. And I'm taking the littlest of pieces I can get.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how it works.
I guess there's different ways of negotiating and different ways of pricing stuff out, and it, even though that this business is a I'm not gonna say a cutthroat because I don't want to say that. There's a ton of.
It used to be cutthroat when there was scarce DJs.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Now we're in a state where anybody can try to DJ and do good. You got to make sure their value is appreciated. Yeah, and they get what they deserve.
You do, but I think what I see coming up now is you see the young DJs coming up, and they are undercutting people like crazy.
I'll be honest. I'm 42 years old. Okay. I'm not gonna date you guys, but I've seen some of these DJs.
54, buddy.
You look younger than me.
See, so look, this shirt is fucking 3 years old. Or 4 years old. This shirt is.
So, where I was saying with that is that age doesn't define how your talent is.
Right.
I've been doing this shit for 20 something years now. Right. Yeah. I've seen the shitty DJ. I've seen the fucking the virtual DJ. I've seen the DJ that can't even fucking open Serato and know how the hell shit works.
Yeah.
Me, that's not a DJ. I've DJ'd for DJs that can't operate Serato because they're like, fuck, I don't know what to do with this thing. And I'm like, bro, do that, do this, do this, do that, do that. And I'm like, can you DJ for me? And I'll MC it. I'm like, sure, no problem, But that's how it goes down to. It's like
there's a lot of those DJs that think they know what they're doing, and they they're like. And I said on my last podcast, I said, there's DJs out there that, and I have no problems mentoring young DJs to come up in the ranks. The guys are passionate about it. Just like my trade, I'm an auto mechanic by trade. I fix cars, okay? I build them, I fix them.
I'm a fucking computer technician, bro.
Okay?
Your computer breaks, I can fix that shit for you.
Perfect. So
you need to figure out sound. I can tell you what sounds different, but don't ask me to DJ as an MC, right? Or don't ask me to go and sit and say, yo, I'm going to get you 1,000 people, but I'm not going to promote your event at the same time. And that's how it happens. Because somebody's like millennial or fucking, I don't even
Gen
know
X,
what
whatever
I don't even know
they-
what the fuck they call it.
I don't even know what they are anymore. There's so many different names on it, which is fine.
The 20 plus generation.
Whatever,
Let's just
maybe,
call
man.
them.
Whatever.
They look at it and they're like, yo, you want me to come play your party? Okay, cool. I'm going to come. But I'm going to bring you 100 people, and they may or may not drink, or they may or may not dance, but because I'm bringing you those 100 people in my entourage, you got to pay me accordingly. And then you hear these kids playing, they're like, who the fuck are you and what are you doing?
Yeah. No, I know, and I totally, and I can see that part, and I can see people saying, you know what, I've seen guys, I've spoke to a ton of guys, and even women DJs, and there's a lot of beautiful, talented DJs out there, but there's ones that are just, they go and spend 10 grand on CDJ 3000s, the DJ or S11s mixers. They spend 10 grand, and they're sitting there going, okay, why am I not getting gigs booked?
That's
Because they have no experience on the friggin' hustle on going out there and saying, you know what? You want a party? You know what? I'm gonna do that party for you. You pay me whatever you think I'm worth, but I'm gonna fucking rock your party. Just make sure it's gonna be a great party. I get that, right?
Fam, I used to carry records for DJs in Montreal, okay? Just to get into parties. And that's how I made most of my connections with the Quite Sanes, the Blasters, the DJ Crew. Shout outs to those guys from Montreal.
Right on.
DJ Red Dreads and shit like that. I used to walk into clubs with these guys, with their fucking security and their bouncers, with fucking crates, milk crates full of CDs and vinyls and this and that. And I'm like, people looking at me, they're like, why are you carrying these guys' crates? I looked at them and I said, networking. I said, while I'm carrying the crates and you're just trying to pretend to be a groupie, you're going to get nowhere, and watch what I'm going to do. It's to the point, some of these guys, they run on Twitch Quite saying, all I have to do is just say hi in his chat. He's screaming my name. Blaster does the same thing. Sir D does the same thing.
Sure.
A lot of these Montreal guys, Don Smooth, to give you some names. Gene's
because
done
you
it.
put your time, you ground, you grind them, you help them. They see that, right? If people expect, and this is where I see, and I tell my kids, I said, there is no entitlement in this life. People don't need to give you this because you said, I need to have that, okay? Fuck the entitlement, okay? And it pisses me off because I'm
gonna give you one little piece of something. Something I'm not gonna name no names or nothing, but it was something I showed her last night. It was a post from some people I used to fuck with back then that I don't fuck with no more now, and they literally called themselves the post on what they wrote was, "We are ABCD. We're the new BMF." I'm sure you know what BMF is, right? For the Black Mafia family from back in the day with all them guys in Atlanta.
Yeah.
These guys are fucking 20-year-old kids that haven't sweat, they haven't bled, they haven't done shit. They haven't sold no drugs, they haven't done no fucking illegal shit, nothing at all whatsoever. Anybody that knows the BMF story, y'all can see that shit on Stars, or you can Google it on YouTube, whatever.
Sure, you Google it, find it on there.
These motherfuckers literally had, when you walk into the clubs and they have those fucking banners that are putting your name and whatever, and oh my God, they're celebrating the birthday. Bro, I saw the post and it said, the name of the crew that they call themselves, it said, is the new BMF. I looked at that shit and I just went, I looked at this shit, I said, these kids are fucking 12 years old, bro. They can't do anything.
Yeah.
I can say that shit. You can say that shit. Scratch can say that. Blaster can say that. Quite saying these guys. Gene can say them things. Because we've been through the trenches. We've done all of this shit. You know, Scratch can do it.
We got our fingers dirty. We've done everything. We hustled, man. We hustled.
We've carried, not to date ourselves, we've carried pieces for some guys. We've carried fucking back.
Do you remember carrying those big bass bins? Okay, two guys out of the back of a fucking van.
Yeah.
You know, those. So I get what you're saying. It's but not all the newcomers are like that. There are guys there are kids that are and I'll tell you right now, it is all in their upbringing, 100%. Okay.
I want to be an entitled young man. My name is Bob, and I've done everything. My mommy raised me rich.
Shut the fuck up. Bro.
Whatever, if it's a single mom, single dad, whatever it may be, it doesn't matter. If they're brought up in an environment where the parents said, okay, listen, you need to work for this. Okay, it's no different than my kids. My kids were all in hockey. I coached them, high level hockey. They're all in golf now, whatever. But when they're back in hockey, and they said, "Dad, I want to buy. I got to have this stick." look at the stick and I'm like, dude, it's fucking $300.
Yep.
He says, well, I gotta have the best stick. I was like, okay.
But Dad, it's a composite stick. It's made out of wood that doesn't break, and I can take a slap shot.
Yeah,
and nothing's gonna happen.
Right. So I said, okay. So tell me something. That stick is gonna do what for you? It's gonna score you 100 goals. What's gonna do for you? Well, it's the newest stick I gotta have. I said, well, I'll tell you what. You can buy your own stick. I'm not buying your stick. So they take care of it. The only thing that I will protect them with is I will buy them the proper helmet, good skates. That's it. 2 things that they can kill themselves with,
and to run on that idea, I'll give you the perfect example. My oldest son is going to be 19 in July, right?
Nice.
He's been working since he was 14 years old.
Awesome.
Not because I made him work, but both me and his mom instilled that shit. His mom is Italian and Portuguese, and he's been working. He started at Obie's, and he's been doing all kinds of shit. So if he wants something, if he wants to go and get a $300 pair of exclusive Jordans that are coming out tomorrow, this motherfucker is going to literally say to myself, yo, Xavier, you need to go get the money. You need to do this. You need to do that. Put it aside and whatever. And he budgets himself.
Perfect.
Some of these kids are like, you know how much drugs I need to sell? You know how much bitches I need to rob? And I'm looking at them and
it's
I'm
like what the
fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, or my dad will buy it or my mom will buy it.
If he looked at me for as much as like if I wanted to give him money for it, I would. Like if he earned it, and I'd be like, all right, cool. Here, I'll give you some money towards it.
I get it, man. Sure.
But these kids now, they're like, yo, I want to sell this. I want to buy that. I need this. I need that. I need this. And I look at the generation and ask her, she can tell you the same shit. Like we've seen some of these kids walking around in like Cambridge, Toronto, you name it, and I'm like, who the fuck are these kids? You know what I mean? Like especially, and I'll even quote something special. You probably know what I'm going to say. Toronto slang. When I hear those motherfuckers talking that Toronto slang bullshit, I plug my ears and I walk away. Because if I stand close to that shit, I will fuck these kids. They sound like fucking retards. People used to say, oh, well, your guys' 90s and 2000s slang was crazy. I'm like, did we sound educated? Did we sound normal? Did we speak proper English? Or did we walk around and be like, hey, guys, what you saying, bro? Like, I'm going to go speak to a shorty tomorrow. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, we have class. We have culture. And we know how to approach people. Like, if I went up to her and said, yo, shorty, give me your number. Put it in my phone. She'd look at me and slap me. Yeah. Some of these guys now, they wondered, like, I'm going to try to pick up a girl. And I've watched them do it. Yo, girl, put your number in my phone. And I'm like,
yeah, exactly.
And I wait and just say, I put bets on drinks. I'm like, yo, that bitch is gonna punch him in his face, and that's what happens.
It's a different generation, a different way of. It
doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense, and I'm gonna go a little sideways on this, a bit more on this, on that same topic. Okay. Back in the day, and you can probably relate. You can relate. We were at.
I'll let her answer this question as a female.
Okay, so this is not music related. It's just more of our generation related. Okay. Is that when we're in high school or we're in school, and the guys were interested in the girls, we had to work for it. Okay, it's not as easy, not to get down their pants, just to get to know them. Whatever you want to do. Okay, we had to work for it. Mm-hmm. I experience for myself the younger generation today, and I'm not saying it's all of them, because it's not. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It's definitely the women, the girls today are more of the aggressor side, where they're the ones that are like, let's go, like, this and that. Like the guys don't have to work for it anymore. So the level of respect to a male to a female is fucking gone. It's gone. It's like the way they talk right now is like like you said, the slang words, yo, this, not like, whatever it may be. I don't even fucking understand them half the time. Okay. So to me, it's like we need to stop. And it's because of the way our society is, how brought this generation at this level where they're talking to each other like this. There's no respect anymore. I'm going to say that there's a lot of respect. I'm sure there's respect with other people that do that. No problem. But I've seen where it's like, man, they have no respect for women. And the girls are like so aggressive. Yeah. So I'm going to, that's my take on it. Yeah. Okay. And I think in the music industry on the sense of like, having them, showing their ego, of being, I'm the top DJ, I'm this and that. Mm-hmm. You got to fucking hire me. I'm going to bring in 10 people to the party. Like, dude, come on, man. Yeah. Get some blood under your belt. Get some blood under your nails and work at it. And I get it, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm not trying to say that this is, what it's all about, but we see it, man. We see it. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's like the industry, whether it's hip hop, whether it's house or whatever it may be, there's fucking people that think they're God, that they're the king shit.
I'll give you a perfect example.
Take the mic.
I'll give you a perfect example.
I didn't mean for you not to talk. You agree what I'm going to say, right?
No, for sure. So I'm gonna set the scene, okay? I'm sure you've done this at least once or twice. You've set a scene. You're in a club. Your girl's there with you. She's got some of her friends with her, and you just walk away from them. Don't let anybody know who they are, and you just sit in the back. You do your thing, whether you're DJing or MCing, and you just watch the guys approach the circle. And I'll let her tell the rest of the story.
Okay. All right. Sure. Let's hear it. Let's hear the story.
He's done it where he just walks away, and I know exactly what he's doing. It's like he's baiting these guys to just come and approach our group of girls.
So, but is that a problem though? Because it could go either way. I don't mind a guy or a girl being confident to say, absolutely. Hey, you know what? How's it going? What's going on tonight? You with somebody? I don't want. First of all, are you with somebody? Because I don't want to cause any trouble. Yeah. And like, no, I'm just here to hang out. Great. You know what? My name's Dave. You're Sherry. Listen, can I get you a drink? Mm-hmm. And then you can set the tone from there. If you're like, nah, my husband's over there. Hey, man, it's cool or whatever, right? Yeah. So I commend that. Like when I'm DJing, my wife is with her friends, and you know what? It's a mature crowd. Everybody knows each other. Mm-hmm. We all get along, but you get the odd ones that come in and they're like, they're this and that, and I have no problem with that because I fucking 100% trust my wife to say, you know what, this and that. But then we'll talk about it. And we're like, I still got it, man. Yeah. Fuck it, I still fucking got it, right?
He sits back and he laughs.
Right, you're right because
I stand on the stage and I'm just like.
That's okay though. I'm okay.
And she does this, and then they're like, "Oh,
yeah, we didn't know right? That. That's okay."
I've seen him go up. Like, to give you an example, a few weekends ago, me and a group of girls, we went out. He was there with us.
Yeah,
we went to a club.
Right.
And there was somebody there that was just eagle-eyeing.
Right.
Hammered.
Oh yeah, probably alcohol induced. Oh yeah, right? For sure.
And I just see him put his arms around the guy's shoulder and have a quick conversation.
30 seconds.
And I looked at my girls. I was like, he just said, they're off limits, and they're off limits. And
that's a polite way.
And he's laughing. And I was like, you just shamed the poor guy. He's like, no, I just.
And the guy looks at me, he's like.
Yep.
Respect, buddy.
Yep.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
You give me a drink.
Whatever. You're not. You're absolutely. You're not gonna say, "Fuck you, dude." Come on, man. I can't get. No. Like, that's where you come to the point. Okay, dude. Look, I just said it once. That's all I'm gonna say. Just move aside. Go have some fun. There's a fucking ton of other girls here. Have some fun with. Go ahead.
You just have to be respectful. Carry yourself
100%. 100%.
Respect your relationship. Respect the setting that 100%.
You're in.
And that's it.
Of course, man. And it goes both ways. My wife, my wife. Trust me 100%. And listen, there are parties where, that she doesn't go, that I go to, and she's, because I'll post pictures and then she'll text. She goes, oh, whatever, yeah. And I'm like, she knows that nothing would ever happen. Yep. If I have to, if I had to get the crowd going by playing, like Genuine Pony or Hot Chocolate, or whatever to get the girls, get them a little, getting going a bit, right? I'm gonna fucking play it.
Dave,
right?
Let me stop you real quick, okay? So she forgot to mention this story. So that same night that I spoke to that guy, right? Yeah. There was times, and I do this thing like just to weigh out the room. So I tell people, I'm like, if my wife was here, she would not like what I'm doing. Meanwhile, she's in the fucking crowd. They just don't know that. So at one point I was like, I called her closer to the stage, and I had her like whine and dance on me and shit. And I'm like, fuck, shh, don't tell my wife that I'm dancing with this fucking girl. So people that have no idea who she is at this point, they're like, who's this fucking girl dancing with this guy? And he's like, yo, don't tell my wife, no nothing. Is he a cheater? Is he a prick? Is he this? And then like, I'll be like, oh, by the way, yeah, look, see, this is my wife right here. And they're like, oh, and then they give a round of applause and shit. And they're like, oh, okay, you know, and it's funny like that. Like, I don't give a fuck. Hey, listen, like, if you want to approach her, right, at the end of the day, she's coming home with me. She's jumping in bed with me and eating tacos and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
100%.
And that's what it is, because like some of these guys now and some of these girls are so insecure in their own situation that they're like, who's that guy? Who's that girl? Why is she messaging you? Why is she... And they don't understand the situation, you know?
For sure, man.
And that's what it breaks down to.
You know what? And we didn't, you know, I don't want to veer off. We're not going to talk about, you know.
I'm going to stop eating Twizzlers.
I think the Twizzlers are trying to make him more, you know, more of like a psychiatrist and saying, you know, hey, this is what's going to happen with, you know, when you bring a woman to a party. And isn't
R.I.P. Jerry Springer. We eat Twizzlers.
We always have the opportunity, which is great and blessed to have our significant other come to a party with us and have a good time. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I love that. I certainly don't mind that at all. I totally love it because I got nothing. I don't judge. I don't worry about her. You know, if there's a buffoon out there, they're gonna know in 30 seconds what's gonna happen. So that's it, and it's done. Yep. And plus, my boys are there. They all know what's going on.
Somebody's surveying the room or knowing what's
100%,
going on.
100%. But that's why I don't like if I'm gonna do a fucking nightclub. Okay, where it's a nightclub where it's a meat market nightclub and there's a bazillion of them around, okay? I won't bring my wife to that one, okay? I won't because I am not going to feel, even though that I trust her, I am not going to feel comfortable playing music while I got to fucking watch the room for her.
No, but see, that's the difference. Me, I'm crazy a little bit, just this much, right?
I'm still fucked up, but I'm just saying,
I'll bring her to it and I'll just and I'll be like, I'll make sure that if I'm not watching, security is watching. The rest of my guys are watching. Yeah,
for sure.
The rest of my DJs are watching.
But what if it's just you and her?
Bro, if it's me and her, somebody knows that I'm with her anyway, regardless. Like,
I totally get it, but it's like
because we're that couple that I don't hide her anywhere. Yeah. I don't go and like put her in a fucking
No. I'm not saying that. I wasn't saying that at all either. But you know, I guess everyone's different, right? It's like, you know,
but when it comes down to if like me and her just go out, for example, she's close to me. I'm close to her. Yeah. And while I'm doing my thing, I'm fucking doing whatever on her, whatever, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Listen, everyone's different.
But then again, you got some of these guys that, you know, are married with like 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 kids, and their wives stay at home, and they go and do their stupidity, and then they come home or don't come home. And listen, I'm not going to say nothing about nobody, but, you know, it is what it is.
Hey, man, listen, I don't fucking judge. Whatever anybody does, I don't give a shit.
But some people, like in our industry, you know, they use the celebrity and they do what they do. Right. I personally, I'll never sit and be like, I'm in a relationship, but yo, that girl in the blue dress looks cute. I'll tell her that girl in the blue dress looks cute.
Oh my God, my wife and I talk about it all the time. You know,
exactly, bro. She'll point the shit out before I do sometimes.
But that's fun though. It's
hilarious.
It's not saying that's an invitation to saying go ahead on a weekend pass, man. No,
listen,
man.
Listen to this. I'm going to pass her the mic. She's going to tell you this story about buffalo and spoiled milk. Okay, this story is fucking hilarious.
Buffalo and spoiled milk.
Yes, okay. I'll show you the video after.
Let's quickly hear about this one. Go ahead.
Okay, so on our second date, we ended up down in Buffalo. Rooftop patio had a blast.
Right.
Come out 3:30 rolls around. The club's done.
Right.
Walk down the street and I see people holding subs. Nothing better than food after the club.
100%.
We stop into this spot. Great music, great crowd. People are still dancing in the spot.
Nice.
We see young woman, transparent dress.
Transparent dress.
With
thongs.
No,
I know, man.
With thongs on.
Yeah, okay.
Kudos to her.
At least she had something on, like dental floss on. Okay, I get it. You know?
I'm all about body positivity. I'm a curvy girl. I'm all about body positivity.
Hey, man, for sure.
But it comes down to how you approach yourself as a woman.
Right.
You can wear an outfit like that and be classy, and you'll attract someone classy.
Garbage.
you can wear an outfit like that and attract the man that has the 5 children at home with his baby moms.
Right.
Right? So it was one of those situations that the people that were attracted to her outfit were not classy.
Yeah.
And I caught his attention, and he just looks over and he's like, she looks like a bag of spoiled milk. And I was like, no, you can't say that. He's like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. Because
spoiled milk.
She is not wearing that outfit appropriately.
Right.
Her lips are out of her thong.
Jesus.
There was nothing left to the imagination.
But yet she was alone.
No,
she had somebody?
Was surrounded.
She was with another girl.
I mean like a guy.
Oh, she was surrounded by them.
A few of them just flocked to her.
But again, it's the ones that will take you home.
Right.
Or take you to their car and go home to their wife and 4 children.
You know what? It does happen.
It wasn't somebody that had their arm around her. It wasn't somebody that was like, "Oh, are you cold? Let me put my t-shirt on you." It wasn't that.
Let me put my jacket on you.
Let me put my jacket on you. Let me wrap my shirt around your waist.
I can see the tattoo on your ass right now. You know. Yes.
There was nothing left to the imagination.
Yeah. No.
Those scenarios, you attract with the energy you put out.
Listen, it's exactly like. You know what? I'm going to
speechless.
No. I'm just thinking of how I'm going to say this without judging, because because it's like, honestly, maybe I'm going to be wrong about this, and people online, I don't give a shit. But you are what you wear.
Absolutely.
Just like you are what you eat.
Yep.
You know, it's 100% insecurity, 100% of this, 100% of that. Like, I love the fact that, you know what? I take care of myself. We eat clean. We try to keep ourselves going. But I'm okay. You know, the curviness, that I'm okay with this. I'm okay with, like, you know, I'm good with that. Like, I am not like a hardcore, you know, where I have to make sure that everyone's got to look at me like, oh, man, you know, you got it. You know, I can see your 6-pack. I haven't seen a 6-pack since I was like fucking 12. Okay, and I think it was a 6-pack of like Coke. You know, it wasn't a 6-pack of my stomach. You know, so what I'm trying to get at is that I get the you know, the appearances, and you are what you know, and I'm going to say you are what you wear, you are what you eat. You know, you are how you speak. Absolutely. You know, so it's just a matter of like, and it all falls. It doesn't matter what business you're in, music. It doesn't matter what you're in. Absolutely. Okay. We're always going to see that, and you're always going to see that 100%, because the insecurity of people today is probably going to be a lot higher right now because of mental health.
Absolutely.
Okay. The pandemic, and I talk about it a lot. I'm a huge advocate for mental health, and I suffer from it. I don't show it, but I suffer deep down, and that's why I come to the studio. That's why I do my podcast. I do my shows. Yep. And I tell my wife, you know what? It's good just to get away. You know, even though we talk about it, we're very open about it. Yep. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I have to just, you know, just get down here and do my own thing. And music for me is an escape for me. It helps me, right? Absolutely. So maybe to that person that's wearing that dress and wearing that particular outfit and wearing dental floss, she probably is like, to her, that's something that she feels like
an accomplishment.
Like, you know, that's my escape or whatever it may be. But deep down, she is fucked up. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I get that, man. And we all suffer for that. We all cope with this style. We all cope with mental health.
No,
okay?
but watch, to add to that point, right? Mm-hmm. So we met this American couple. It was a black girl and her boyfriend. We met them at the same time. She noticed it the same time I did. Right. So when she heard me say spoiled milk, she looked at us and she's like, "Are you guys talking about the girl in the corner?" I'm like, yeah. So she showed us a picture of her wearing the exact same outfit, but it looked so much classier on her than it did on the fucking spoiled milk chick. Right. So we kind of started chuckling at that point, and we all just did one of these, and we're like,
"You right?"
And that's what it breaks down to.
Yeah, man.
Because I mean, to me, like, I don't give a fuck. You want to come out looking half naked, like she said, you're gonna attract that slummy, bummy.
You are what you wear, man.
Exactly.
You're gonna bring the people that. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I give people like the sporty kind of idea, and they're like, okay, and then they see her and they're like, wait, what the fuck, you know? And I tell people, I'm like, I'm not that intimidating, I'm not that scary. And then they see her and they're like, she's a little classy, she's normal, she's got the colorful hair, but they compliment each other.
Right.
Some people don't understand that situation.
Yeah.
They'll wear the slutty shit and they're like, I don't know why I'm attracting like 7-8 guys that don't like talking to me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're wearing, dummy.
Right. I don't even know their name. You know what?
Like, and that's the girl that at the end of the night, somebody, like, I'll even give you something funny. So a couple of weeks ago, we came up with this thing. So once it's 2:00 at night, you know, like most clubs, usually either they shut at 2 or they keep going until 3.
Yeah.
So when 2:00 hits and they start playing that wild shit, I call it the ratchet hour. So wherever the fuck I am, I'm like, guys, it's 2:05. It's now the ratchet hour till we stop playing music.
Right.
Girl, like, I'll give you some things, right? Some girls will start twerking. Girls will flash their pum-pums on the fucking floor. They'll be looking for
Listen, alcohol
the shit I've seen
it's
in the
all
ratchet
alcohol.
hour.
Yeah, for sure.
No, Dave, you don't understand. The shit I've seen in the ratchet hour is insane. She's witnessed some of it herself, and she's
man.
like, she's pointed out shit to me that I haven't even seen myself. She's like, wait, was that girl's whole box exposed on the dirty floor with drinks and shit? And I'm
Jesus.
like, I think so. And then she goes, no. She goes, but look at the picture again. I look at the picture, I'm like, that girl's wiping her ass with the fucking floor, and I'm like, she gotta go home. She's
you know what?
To pick up somebody.
That's the time where they just gotta say, you know what, security, just get, you know what, whatever.
Again, that's the ratchet hour.
You need to just So I get that, and I understand that, and to me, that's why I prefer not to go out at night for these parties. Mm-hmm. I'll go and support all my buddies, all the DJs that I know. I try to go out and support their parties, their gigs, and they know who they are. I'm trying, and it's tough because
the ratchet hour exists.
Also that I have a family, and I got to be home because I could be DJing every Saturday, every Friday night, but then I wouldn't have a relationship at all. So I thought, you know what, it's not about that, but I try to support some of my friends and their parties, and I'll go out there and have fun. Whether I go for a couple of drinks, and she might grab it from me though. Hey, Dominic, she might grab that.
Marley like Twizzlers.
Marley will eat everything.
Twizzlers.
Yeah. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say is that in that style of nightclub-ish, in my opinion, I will still do a party. If someone hired me to do a party, I will do it and I will kill it.
Yep.
But I can't do that every weekend, man. I can't. I just can't. But if you're working it, I guess you're working it. You got to work it. But if I
have people that ask me, they're like, "Yo, why don't you come and bring the same energy downtown?" I'm like, downtown is more ratchet than anything else. Downtown, like, at least some of these outskirts are calm. Like Saga's calm, fucking Oakville is calm, Cambridge is calm,
man. Hamilton, Burlington, every Kitchener,
all of that shit is calm.
Yeah, man.
Bro, I went to Niagara Falls one time to a party at Dragonfly, and I was shocked how calm that place was too. And I was like, I need to come out here more often instead of staying downtown. Because like everybody and their mothers is like, yo, come downtown. Downtown is this and that and that. And I was like, downtown is like 25 years old.
I think Niagara Falls. I think Niagara would be kind of cool to party down there. You know,
Niagara's crazy. Yeah. Like we went through a couple of spots in Niagara when we were there the last time, and I was like, this is fun.
Yeah.
But when you bring me to that same party downtown, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going yet.
Man,
imagine this. Imagine the three of us hitting like fucking, I don't know, one of the major clubs downtown that I'm not gonna name because I don't remember their names. But imagine the three of us walking into the room and we're seeing twerking, we're seeing half naked girls, we're seeing girls like half our age and shit. We're gonna look at it and be like,
dude, there's girls our age trying to act half their age. Okay,
Listen, we went to a concert with some of her family and shit a couple of weeks ago. Okay, I'm not naming names. I'm not naming the event, but it was an event.
Well, they're gonna know when they hear it.
It was an event. They're not gonna know who I'm talking about.
Okay, all right.
So we went to this event, and Dave, when I tell you, there was girls older than the two of us that were going on bad, like they were half our age, and I'm sitting there looking at them. I'm like, do you realize how old you are? And all these people looking at your old ass doing the dumb shit you're doing. And I'm like, Because to me, realistically, like I said, my everyday life, I work for the Bank of Montreal. She works for the Bank of Toronto Dominion. And a lot of us do our shit that we do.
Yeah, man.
So we have that image that we have to portray, even though we know we can get on bad whenever we want to.
Right.
But we still have that image that we have to portray to ourselves within whatever. Some of these people don't give a fuck. Like, I know this girl that works for Remax Mortgage Insurance. Bro, when you see her when she's partying and drinking, you think she's like a girlfriend experience fucking stripper you can call off Craigslist or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, really, Cindy?
Craigslist. Is that even still around? Jeez.
It still exists, bro. Trust me. Try it after the show.
Oh, my God. No, I don't.
It still works. You can still find a girlfriend experience.
Don't need it. Don't need it. Don't want it. Exactly. I don't need it. I don't need it.
We can find the mail order brides, the mail order females.
Oh, my God.
Craigslist is still crazy, man. Like, I seen some stupid shit on Craigslist.
Yeah. I remember that years ago, man. Maybe years ago.
It happened in like 2000, but we're 23 now, and Craigslist still exists. Like, I went to go and buy a pair of shoes off somebody on Craigslist 2 years ago, and I was like, I'm buying the shoes, and then I'm getting ads for other shit, and I was like,
yeah, no.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, no.
But that goes back to what you said at the beginning, is we want a place that we have positive vibes.
Positive vibes. Release the energy.
Exactly.
Have some fun, you know, and just that's why I always have my parties where it says mature crowd only.
Yep.
Okay.
You don't want to clean vomit in the corner of the DJ booth or step over vomit or
fights
over it
or whatever
fights,
maybe, you know, like I've been there, I've done it. Like this is not for me, right? That's why, but when I do my parties, they'll say mature crowd, but my boys and their girlfriends and their friends, we all party together because they'll have what they call, and they use their slang, they have like a Getty, which is like, 10 people. So they'll go to each one's houses and they'll just drink, or they'll go to my hot tub, or they'll drink. But I rather them, that's why I built this basement for them. I rather you hang out here than on the street or a park somewhere.
Absolutely.
So to go back to so that to me, and they respect that and respect me, and that's why I said you can come to my parties, and you can, as long as you keep your ass and you're not belligerent and causing shit, I'm okay with that, and they love it, and I love it, right? So to go back to what you're saying, release the energy, have a place where you can go and say, I'm gonna have a good time today. Positive vibes.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about.
Yep. I've drunked all of my nieces.
Right?
Every single one. I've done edibles with them.
Portuguese can drink, by the way.
What was that?
Portuguese girls can drink, man. I tell you.
But I'd rather them do it with me, in a safe environment,
yeah, for sure,
and know what they can tolerate, versus trying to do it with their friends who are not going to be there to protect them.
Right, 100%.
So I've drunked all of them. Every single one of them, completely under the table. I've held back hair. Not a problem. Once you kiss that porcelain king, you're going to know your tolerance for next time you go out with your friends.
100%.
I've had the conversations where it's like, okay, I'll come and pick you up. Not a problem. I won't tell mom. But what I do need you to remember is, 1, is that friend worth going out with again?
Right.
2, is that friend really protecting you?
Right.
And 3, what could have happened?
Yep.
100%.
I appreciate you calling me.
Yeah.
But you need to reevaluate that friendship. If that friend was the designated driver and I have to come get you, you need to reevaluate that friendship.
I agree. I have 3 beautiful nieces, and trust me, I will go to jail for them.
Absolutely.
If anything happens, and they know that, right? So that's why I always tell them, I said, listen, I'm good. You guys are coming here, but don't act like you're looking for something.
Yep. All I need is a phone call.
Right.
And my foot's on the gas.
Absolutely,
and I'm gone.
man. And listen, guys are pigs. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. And it's like their radar is on. So if there is a little bit of any sort of a flirtatious look or an action, they will beeline for them, right? So that's why, we have people that watch and protect and everything. But I always say, listen, don't You don't need to do that, man. Just have a good time.
Yep.
Just enjoy yourself. You don't have to be belligerent to have a good time.
Yep.
Do you seriously want to be sitting on a fucking toilet, private language, throwing up, okay?
Yep.
And your friend, and it's like you're sick. People are like, yeah, well, why?
It's
why?
just not fun.
One time, twice, I get it. 3 times, there's a problem. Yep. So, listen, one last question for you, man. Okay?
What you got?
Share with everybody here the most memorable event you had.
Does it have to involve me?
You know what? Even if you went to one, but you were part. No, you had to be part of that event.
Okay.
Most memorable event that you were a part of.
Let's see. I believe it was. I forgot what year it was, but it was in Montreal. Mm-hmm. It was a couple of years. It was at least
a lot of good shit happens in Montreal, buddy.
Oh, for sure. Yo, trust me. Some of y'all that have slept on Montreal need to know Montreal is.
Hey, I used to go to F. Not to change the topic or cut you off there, but I used to go to F1 in Montreal.
Everybody does that shit.
Everybody does it. Okay. And St. Catharines, St. Catharines Streets.
Peel Street,
oh my God,
everything.
It's like and I mean, the nightlife before pandemic was the bomb.
Yep.
Okay, the bomb. But now you can carry on.
So let's give you the story. So everybody knows who DJ Clinton Sparks is, right? From his Get Familiar Radio, Smash Time Radio, all that good shit. So we booked Clinton Sparks on a Saturday. We booked him on a Friday. Mm-hmm. I normally was at that club every Saturday and occasionally Sundays. So that Friday we booked Clinton Sparks. So me and the rest of the Saturday crew, we just showed up. And we said, let's see what this guy's about, because we're all like fanboying on Clinton Sparks and shit. And we said, let's see what the vibe is. When I tell you Clinton Sparks can fucking perform his set as a fucking world-renowned DJ, bro, this man is bananas.
Yeah.
So everything he looks like, and keep in mind, Clinton Sparks is probably like 5'8", fucking 100 pounds, give or take.
Right.
The man is a fucking health nut. The man is an energy ball. So we saw this man perform. When he just walked in, first of all, the club set up at 10 o'clock. We had an event, so we'd open a little early. This guy is at the bar drinking with fucking the rest of the staff. And I'm like, who's this dorky-looking white boy over there? Because he had a hat on, he had his hoodie on. I didn't know who he was. Then he took the hood off, and then he said, "Get familiar." I was like, oh, fuck, it's Clinton Sparks. So I went up to him, shook his hand, said, how you doing? I'm Obie, I'm one of the promoters, blah, 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 blah. The rest of the team is over there. We're doing a sound check. He said, I'm not sound checking till I get everybody drunk. He gored, I forgot how many shots he ordered for me and the rest of the staff. The bar was lined with shots.
It was lit.
Fucked up. So by 10 o'clock when the club opened, all of us were sitting there like this, groggy as fuck.
Yeah.
Drinking energy drinks. And we're like, fuck. And people are coming in and like, guys, it's 10 o'clock. And we're like, yeah, we know. They're like, why are you guys so fucked up already? I'm like, look at Clinton Sparks over there. I said, this Irish Boston motherfucker got us fucked up. So I don't know how we made it till 3 a.m. that day, but it was the funnest, fucking craziest party we've had.
Nice.
And Clinton Sparks tore Montreal up, stayed an extra night, went to another party the next day, did the same shit, and they were like, yo, Clinton Sparks is a fucking animal. And that was pretty much
there are guys there are DJs that can, create a presence when they walk in, not to the crowd, but the people they're with. And like, okay, you know what? Like you just said, we need to be smashed in order to make this work. Mm-hmm. Or I don't need you to be smashed. We're going to make this happen. And at 11 o'clock, people will start to come in, and we're going to have a good time. So there's presence. There's DJs that give off that presence, and there's DJs that don't give off that presence. Okay? There's DJs that I met that I'm like, that guy's a douchebag, man.
Like,
I'm like, fuck, really? So
I'm going to give you a douchebag story now.
But I want to go back to what your favorite memorable experience was. Was it with that DJ? Was it that?
Well, Clinton Sparks was one. It was up there. But the biggest I can say, honestly, is Method Man and Redman. Bro,
cool,
those
man.
two guys together, we booked they love Montreal, so we booked them in Montreal a lot. The first time we booked Method Man in Montreal, it was January of, I forget what year, but it was cold as shit. It was like January 9th or 10th.
Yeah, it's cold in Montreal at that time, man.
Method Man came and performed his fucking ass off for 2.5 hours by himself. We went backstage. It was me and the rest of the promoters. Shout outs to Seb LeBerge and the rest of that crew. Escape Montreal. They did their thing that day. And Method Man literally took the chain off his neck that one of my guys actually designed for him. It was a custom chain with the Method Man logo that I have on my hand here as well. And he signed the chain at that point and put it in my hand. Method Man is that kind of guy, honestly, that he's as raw as he is, as humble as he may look, is humble as fuck. He will appreciate you. Like, even if I was to see him walk in the street today,
he's approachable.
He'd be like, yo, how you doing? And he remembers faces.
Yeah.
So every time I saw him in Montreal, and I've seen him at least 6 or 7 times in Montreal, the man's always shaking my hand, dapped me up, give me a piece of his spliff, whatever, and or left me with a piece of something that he signed. Method Man is the humblest fucking guy ever. 54 years old. You can't tell. Like, we bought a Method
Big up 54.
We bought a Method Man t-shirt the other day. I put it. I took a picture of it. I put it. I tagged his Instagrams. I tagged the shirt Instagrams. They reposted this shit. I was like, wait, did they just repost my shit on Buy Takal Official or Takal Official?
That's good.
And
that's good.
And I was like, she's like, you just became a model for them. I'm like, I think we need to buy more t-shirts, you know? And that's what they do. Like, Method Man and his team are just humble as fuck. Like, I can call up his tour manager right now and be like, yo, is Method Man coming to Toronto in October? And they'll tell me straight, yes, no, maybe, or whatever, you know? Like, when they came last year in September, I knew a month in advance Method Man wasn't going to be here. But I went anyway. And then he came back after, and that's what he does. Like, if he can't make a date, he's going to make up to all of his fans that he knows exist and whatever, you know?
Nice.
So, and it just tells you how humble he is, so...
Hey man, you got to be humble. You got to be respectful. You got to be down to earth. You just got to be like, I don't know, man. You just got to be yourself. You can't be a fucking idiot. Okay.
You want to know who's an idiot? And I'm going to say this. And it's going to sound funny.
We got to bleep this one out or what?
No, it's okay. It was 2016 All-Star Game, if I'm not mistaken, and here in Toronto. We booked Draymond Green for a party at a club. Bro, we had VIP meet and greets with him. The people actually paid fucking extra money to meet this motherfucker, spend some time with him, whatever. So Draymond Green looks at the people. Say, for example, the VIP section is behind us here. There's like 100 girls and 100 dudes. Oh my God, Draymond. He refused to sign autographs. He was an asshole to people. He would give people screw face and be like, you pay me $100 and then I'll take a picture with you. And I'm hearing these stories from my partners and I'm like, this fucking Draymond Green, he's a 2-time All-Star. Ooh. You know, you got guys like LeBron James that are just showing up at the party and he's signing autographs left, right, and center. Kobe, RIP to Kobe as well. He was signing autographs left, right, and center. But Draymond was literally that asshole at that event. He didn't want to sign shit. He was trying to charge people money just to be in his presence.
That's not cool, you know? That's not cool. That's what I mean by douchebags. You can't do that, man. I mean, like, you're not high and mighty enough to be that way, man. Because they all started like us.
Yep.
They all started like how, right from the bottom, working our way to the top, but grinding it. If you're just given that opportunity, you're going to be a douchebag about it, get out of here.
I'm going to name one more, and he's coming here actually in a few weeks.
I'll bleep this one out now.
Tyga, bro. Tyga is another asshole. Tyga, I met him in Montreal.
I never met the guy
15 years ago.
Is that the guy that uses that like auto-tune bullshit?
No.
When he raps?
Tyga is the Rack City guy. The guy that, you know, Rack City.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So he came to, we booked him in Montreal when that shit was fucking fire, okay? He pulled girls on the stage. He had some strippers on the stage, this and that and whatever. So the show's done. I go up to him and I'm like, yo, can we come backstage and do like a quick interview for radio or whatever? He's like, who the fuck are you? I show him the flyer. I said, you see these names right here? This is me, this is him, and that's the other guy. He's like, no. He goes, I'm not doing any autographs. I said, we're going to pay you less. The man stood there and argued with us for an hour because he didn't want to sign autographs with people.
Wow.
So then last summer, I saw him at fucking Cabana Pool Bar here. Shout outs to Cabana Pool Bar. I walked up to him and I was like, yo, Tyga, you remember me from Montreal? He looked at me, looked confused, and just kept on walking. Security guard moved me out the way. I'm like, bro, I'm a promoter. I booked this guy in fucking Montreal 10 years ago. He's like, wait. He goes, you're the one that didn't pay me properly? I said, fuck you. And then I left. But he's coming back to Caribana just now.
Oh, is he?
So I might go by and run the same story again and say, hi, bitch. And walk off, you know? So, yeah, like, I mean, as much as you want to say, some of these artists are wicked. Some of them are humble. Some of them appreciate you. And then you got, you know, the Tigers and the Draymond Greens. Assholes.
You got to be humble. You got to be, you listen, we're all here to make a living, man.
Yep.
Okay, we're here to hustle. We're here to make a living. We're here to have fun doing it. And that's pretty much it, man. I mean, like, we just got to, you just can't be that person. Because you know what's going to happen, though? You're that person. All it takes is one post on social media.
Finished.
You are finished.
You get canceled. You get blacklisted.
You're done.
All that shit. Black Twitter gets a hold of you.
Black Twitter.
You're done.
Black Twitter.
Bro, you know, anytime Black Twitter starts retweeting something, you're finished.
There's actually a Black Twitter. I have to find it. I gotta see how
Trust
that
me,
is.
Google it check your Twitter and look. Literally type in Black Twitter, bro. It's the funniest.
I'm
shit.
huge on Twitter,
it's
and I never, you know. But
when you're on Black Twitter, I don't even think and I'm gonna sound racist. I don't think 90% of Black Twitter is black, but they will fuck you the fuck up and they cancel you in seconds. Sorry,
really?
Black Twitter. Thank God I'm not on Twitter. Yeah,
I'm always on Black. I'm always on Twitter. There's a hashtag Black Twitter. So
yeah, there's a hashtag Black Twitter. Yeah. There's a Black Twitter account itself. Yeah. Yo, trust me, read some of their tweets.
Yeah, it's dark. You know what? I'm just looking at it. It's pretty dark. So I'll save that for another night.
Black Twitter, salute to you. We appreciate you, Black Twitter.
Hey man, speaking of appreciate, listen, dude, brother.
Hey, we did it. It took us a few months to do it. I was supposed to be here in October, but my sister's birthday party, pre-pandemic.
We all got busy, man.
But
we all got busy.
We did it.
We got you in, though. We got you in.
We're here. I'll come back again.
Yeah, man.
I'll
we're gonna do
location if you want to.
We're gonna do. Hey, you know what? I'm cool with that. You know what? If you got a big gig, or we will do something together where we have a big gig going on, do a podcast. I'm all for it, man.
Obie 1nder's in the building.
Yes, sir. I will put up all the links.
Favorite Nigerian.
I'll put all the links down below. I don't know where the fuck this camera is, but I'll put all the links down below.
Bang, bang, bang.
Sherry, thank you so much for joining him.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. No worries. Yes, and Dominic, where I know he's around here somewhere. You know, Marley's actually sleeping right here, but he's over there. It's all good. Twizzlers helps out everybody. Where's Dominic? There's Dominic right there. So. Big family going on here. Listen, guys, I really appreciate you coming on board tonight, coming down on a busy schedule. We will put all the posts about where we will find you, your parties, your promos, your everything, shirts and hats and T-shirts and all the stuff like that is all through this guy here too. I'll even do a few shirts and hats, and I'll give them away on my next shows, and we'll go from there, guys. Thank you so much. Till next time, the Noisy Chair Podcast. You guys have been awesome. Yes. Till then, guys, thank you so much. Peace out till next time. Thank you. We'll talk to you soon.